All right, so in the next couple sections, we're going to generalize what we did in 6.2 and turn to factoring out a polynomial with a leading coefficient that's not 1. So we're going to factor a trinomial of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So now we have a number that's not 1 as the leading coefficient. Section 6.3 does this by trial and error. So we just we look at the factors of C, we look at the factors of A, and then we just kind of test out all the combinations that'll give us the right middle term. All right, I'm just going to proceed by doing a few examples because there's not really much of a method to this beyond what we did in the last section, that is. All right, so let's just look at an easy one like 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Okay, now starting out, well, this one's not so bad because we know the only factors that make 2 are 1 and 2. So the only way to get a 2x squared is to have 2x as the variable term in one factor and an x as the variable term in the other. The question is, how are we going to combine the factors of -3 with these terms to get the right middle term? So we will start again by looking at -3. And the sign rules still apply here. So we can make that work a little bit to our advantage. So this negative c with a positive b, that's going to mean that, okay, one's negative, one's positive, and then the positive one needs to be larger, probably. Okay, so try it out. Let's get a 3 and a -1. We may also have to try a -3 and a 1. Let's just see how this works out. Okay, so 2, what we want to do is we know it's got to be a 2x and an x. How do we combine, say, a 3 and a -1 with those? So let's try doing 2x plus 3 and x minus 1. Oh, sorry, x minus 1, not x minus x. Whole different thing. So then we FOIL them out and see if we can get the 5x. So we get 2x squared, 2x times x. 2x times -1 is -2x. 3 times x is plus 3x, and then we get 3 times -1 is minus 3. And every time we do this, we're always going to get the same first and last term. So generally, I will just look at what would happen for the outside and inside steps of FOIL when we're testing them. Just, it saves us rewriting this over and over. Okay, so we see that those ones, they add up to positive 1x. So that factorization doesn't work. We need to get a positive 5x. Okay, so now we need to try them, maybe try them the other way. Put the -1 with the 2x and the 3 with the x. And I'll just do the O and the I step. So outside is 2x times 3. Okay, that gives us 6x. Inside gives us -1 times x. So we have -x. 6x minus x is positive 5x. All right, that does match our middle term. So this must be our factorization. All right, so you can see that that can be, we got lucky because we picked the right combination and we hit it on the second step. But potentially, so if you have more factors of the leading coefficient and even more factors of the last term, this can grow into a huge process. But that's kind of the only way we have right now to deal with these different leading coefficients. So let's try another example. Let's do 12x squared minus 5x minus 2. And you can go ahead and pause it here and try this on your own if you like. No reason not to. All right. So made it kind of easy on us. Now, 12 has several factors. That could be problematic. So maybe we look at the factors of 12. 12 could be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. We're not going to get any different factors out of that. And then -2 is nice because it's either going to be -2 times 1 or 2 times -1. All right. Well, so we do have a lot of options here. We maybe want to pick, it's just kind of hard to pick which one is going to be the right thing to multiply out to a -2 and get a -5. So I say it's good to pick for the middle. So let's try 2 and 6. So that means we take 2x and 6x to get a 12x squared. And now we're going to try combinations of -2 and 1 until we get the right middle term from the O plus I step of FOIL. So we do outside is 2x times 1, okay, 2x. Inside is -2 times 6, so we get -12x. All right, we got -8x. That can't be it. Didn't match up, didn't get -5. Okay. Let's switch them around. So let's put a +1 the 2x and put the -2 at the 6. So now we get 2x times -2 times -2 for the outside. So that's -4x. And then 1 times 6x for the inside is +6. You get a +2x. Dang it. Okay, so that didn't work. And notice, okay, these are completely different than the middle term here. So we're not even down to a sign. If we get the same number but no sign, then we know we just need to switch the signs on the factors. So what this tells me is, look, these, the -2 and the 1 together, that doesn't work. We need to try the 2 and the -1 now. Okay, so we try 2 and -1. No, I'm sorry. I think that won't work either. That would just switch our sign. So that could still be okay. It means the 2 times the 6. It gives us too big of or too small of numbers. Let's try maybe the 3 and the 4. So we try 3x -2 and 4x plus 1. Okay, we do the O plus I. So that's going to give us 3x. Oh, and then a -8x for the inside. Oh, and that adds up to -5 perfectly. All right, so that was lucky, but see, the process is just to go through them and kind of guess. And there you go. 3x -2 times 4x plus 1 is the factorization. And of course, you can check that by foiling them back out.